Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Dungeon of the Endless. Before we get started today, I do want to say a big thank you to everybody in the community. Everybody out there has been leaving me comments and stuff. If you are a person who is interested in getting good at this game, check out the comments for last episode. People are really laying down the knowledge, and I am trying to learn. Listen, guys, I'm getting there. It's going to be a minute. It's going to be a little slow at first. But I do feel like I learned some stuff. I internalized some stuff from yesterday. First of all, heroes are still a good source of damage on easy, but you can no longer rely on a hero to just fight 2 rooms of monsters. That's the thing I did all the time on the easy playthrough. But here, minor modules are required. We just don't have the damage output to kill the monsters fast enough, and they do too much damage. So, the importance of industry is much, much higher on this difficulty than it was on the lower one. And we have to play a little bit differently. I have been liking this thing where we open up the doors around the elevator, just kind of like get the lay of the land a little bit before reaching super deep into the dungeon, especially with the revelation that finding the elevator increases the difficulty of the floor. So we're going to keep doing that. Let's one at a time here. Bad luck. Now I'm a little worried about this because of the fact that we have 3 doors off the elevator, but we don't actually have enough power to run the 3 rooms adjacent to the elevator. Also, there's a real Scooby-Doo quality to the 4 of them running together, don't you think? Alright, well, I'm not super happy to see the steal it, but I am happy to see that dust. Alright, heroes are worse, minor modules are better. Fine, I guess. I really wish that wasn't that long. Let's check this out. Okay, here we go. Here's a major module slot we can actually build on. So I'm pretty sure we are allowed to just bulldoze this thing and get the major module slot underneath. But I want to gamble here. Either this is going to remove all the module slots from the room, I believe including the major, or it's going to give us a bunch of dust. I'm hitting the button. Okay. Awesome. Love to start with some more dust. So, let's... Industry is so much more important. Okay. Well, I think we want to leave Rakia here, so let's start exploring in this direction, I guess. We gotta keep checking back on this thing, because we're gonna want to build a module there as soon as we can. But yeah, everybody else, let's get a move on. You don't say. Is that a detail on the floor, or does this thing have a health bar? That's weird, right? That's a strange graphical element there. Alright, let's... 30 again? The thing is, as important as industry is, dust is way more important, right? First of all, we're more reliant on minor modules, which means that we need rooms to be lit because you can't... Minor modules that are in unpowered rooms don't work. And secondly, monsters are terrifying on this difficulty, and every little bit of dust we can get is so valuable. But if I do this, I'm not going to have the industry necessary to build on the thing underneath it. But I will after I open the next door. I'm going to gamble again. It just keeps paying off, and the fact that it works means that it was a good idea, right? That's how that works. Okay, we are finding so much dust and some... I'm happy. We definitely need to build industry modules for a little while, though, because we're, like... We had to catch up. We catch up from that thing I did to us. That's probably happening, right? Industry per every 6 monsters killed. Yeah. This is looking real good. Okay, everybody, I'm gonna have Hikensha work this thing. Hikensha's interesting. So her amount of wit is not really sufficient to like generate a lot of resources. I think she's getting like, when we open this door, we're gonna see this go up to like 22. She's kind of a weird jack of all trades character. But there's no reason to have her running around with us, you know, while we're still able to power the rooms and stuff. This room has 10 dust in it, and it's already powered, and it has like 100 mod... This is beautiful. Okay, 23. That's true. She does have the happy pills now. It's a little bit of a boost. So we need to open another door before we can do this. I gotta say though, this floor is looking to be a little on the easy side so far, and I really appreciate that. I could use a little bit of a break. So, do I want to put down another industry generator? We still do need a lot of food. I said we get back here and turn this on. I'm going to put down one more industry generator, I think. So these are opened with industry? So there's a chance it'll be a whole bunch of food. There's also a chance it'll be like a character, I think. It can be a person. And while I would appreciate both of those things, let's try to make sure we have enough industry to build on this major slot when it becomes available. What does it take right now? 40? 35? Okay, well. Oh, hey, it's Opbot. Hey, man, how you doing? How you doing, you mysterious robot? God, it's nice to have 100 dust already. This is beautiful. It's sitting on top of a major module slot. So I clear it, we'll go down to 24. We'll still have enough to build here, but like there's no... Basically, what I'm approaching here is that there's no reason to clear it right now. Except that food is good. You can use food. If there's another character in there, though, the value of that is pretty limited. No, we push on for now. Room's powered. Room had dust in it. This is gorgeous. Okay, for real though, we need food. We also need a better quality of food module, like really badly. Well, we found the elevator. And I have feelings about that. Okay, we're generating a lot of industry now. I'm feeling pretty good about this. 30 per door is it's a good spot. Are we gonna keep leveling people up though? This is important. So nobody's gaining a level on the next up. I'm thinking I think we do need to improve Rakia. But I'm gonna keep focusing on Eseb for a little while, I guess. He's the one who's in the most danger, right? So are we out of places to build now? Yeah, I think so. So now it makes sense to open this up. Actually, we should wait until we have enough industry to open this and then immediately build under it. I'm not going to just bulldoze it. I do want to see what's in it, but I think we should wait a little bit here. Oh, hey, monsters. Remember monsters? Get him, Ken. See a little bit of dust there. I'm digging this thing where we don't have to spend any industry building modules, though, because there's no fighting happening. We're falling back to Opbot. He's gonna help. Okay, so we've got this whole side of the dungeon lit. Let's go ahead and open this now. Okay, direct food trade. I'm fine with that. So I think I'm going to build a science module. I think we need food more than any other resource, but we do still need science. Like we're behind on food more than we are on any other resource is really my thinking there. So we don't really need this. I will absolutely get the Kip Cannon though. Gonna open one more door here. So do I want to move you guys? I think I want to keep them working industry modules. You know, we're still scraping, so. Uh-oh. I'm a little worried about this. Is this worth pulling somebody off of a module and losing some resources? I mean, it wouldn't be the end of the world to lose a little bit of dust. Have I ever said anything crazier in all the time you've known me? Oh, this thing, yeah, that does AoE damage, that's right. Don't bring that guy into the elevator. Alright, well, first of all, let's go and get that Kip Cannon. We got pretty lucky on this floor. We gambled a couple of times and we won, so... This one looks like it's going to go down pretty easy. And I do believe that, I didn't actually check, and maybe I should have. But either this floor or the next floor will be the farthest I've ever gotten on this difficulty. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I need to do before we move up? I don't think so. Hey look, it's a toxic cloud. So I kind of think that, I think what we should do here is probably pull Rakia off the industry generator. How much floor do I think is left? I'm having a little bit of a problem estimating the length of the floors, and that might go away with a little bit more familiarity. But there is a point, right, where the amount of industry you spend on a module, the amount of industry you spend on a module is no longer worth the amount of stuff you will get out of it before the end of the floor. And I've been trying to guess, and I've been guessing pretty well. It's wrong sometimes. That said, industry's only actually worth something if you turn it into something, like food becomes health and levels. Although I guess the idea that industry exists only to be converted into the other resources is something that's less true on this difficulty, where minor modules are so much more important. So maybe that's not a good way to be thinking anymore. That said, we do still need a ton of food. Heroes, being super low level is bad for us. So I'm going to run Rakia over here and have her operate this. I guess maybe it should be Hikensha, like, in the sense that Hikensha's a worse operator, but a better fighter. We're just going to move here. Alright, another research crystal, and we are finally out of dust. So... I think I probably shouldn't build... This one was pushing it. I think I definitely shouldn't build any more major modules. Let's get some levels. Okay. We're going to get another skill soon. I don't know that I want the tactical HUD. Auto dock shards seem alright. None of this is really, like, blowing my mind. That said, upgrades to our Neurostun module are better than nothing, and probably better than spending research to reset the thing. We can just spend science to reset the thing while getting something out of it for a cost that is not much higher. I'm gonna upgrade our Neurostun module, I think. We've got to be pretty close to done. Get him. Can't tell if... I'm gonna have to heal her, I think. That's unfortunate. Obviously, I'm trying to save industry by not building the miners. But if saving industry causes me to spend food, it wasn't really much of a saving. Yeah, we better. I can't tell how many enemies are stacked on top of each other here. Yeah, it was 2. So yeah, we're done with that part of the game where we can not build the miner modules. Let's build some stuff. This room needs defense, obviously. I'm wondering whether I should build a Neurostun module in here. It's so much easier to justify building Neurostun when there's several other minor nodes in the room to build other stuff on. Just slowing monsters doesn't really help that much. And in this case, where I'm slowing monsters by 30% to get them shot by one thing, I wonder if it would be better to just increase the damage of the room by 100% by building a second weapon instead. That said, stuff in here is going to be pretty grouped up, so like the Claymore is potentially valuable here. Does 20 damage every 2 seconds. And honestly, these prisoner prods are starting to look pretty alright. Yeah, I'm gonna do this in here. And then in here, we're just gonna go all offense. We don't have enough science saved up for the Kip Cannon to be a better play than the Smoking Gun, I don't think. Do I want to put another Neurostun module in here? Most things are going to stop in here to fight anyway, so the Neurostun module will only be useful against things that are attempting to walk through to the crystal. I don't know, that's tough. The correct answer here really depends on the composition of future monster packs, so either way is a guess. I'm going to guess that we won't need it. I'm going to focus on DPS. And I'm just going to go smoking. Like, these are really good. Just going to go smoking guns all the way through here. Okay. I'm going to build Neurostun. Anything that does get through, anything that gets into this room is definitely going for the crystal, so let's give ourselves time to react. At least 2 doors left. Alright. Let's push onward. Ken and Eseb working together. Okay, dust and a merchant. What manner of merchant? A food merchant. So we have here the sandwich. -5 speed. Wow, that's a lot of HP regen. Not considered edible by most sentient beings, this snack requires teeth capable of chewing gravel. On the plus side, it tastes like vodka. I guess that's a plus side for some people. The Skulker trait, is that the name of the thing that lets you... No, this is Scamper. Okay, I don't know what Skulker does. Wit -5, attack cooldown up, so that's bad. But that Skulker trait must be something pretty special for this to be worth 90 food. And then here we have Iron Fist, which I think gives you bonus attack damage for each monster in the room. Not bad. Do we have anybody who just has open slots? We don't, although Ken's carrying a thing that's, like, not great. But I think I really want to get this level. I'm a little nervous about spending down to 2. I guess we'd go back up to 21 when we open the next door. Major modules and artifacts on the floor get health regen plus 12. And okay. So regen for all the modules on the floor. That's interesting. In case you have a wave that's really trying to take down your modules and stuff. Seems okay. Alright. There's absolutely no reason to fight them here. Oh no, they're after the merchant! I kind of don't... I'm gonna let that happen. Heartless, but... I think probably correct. How would I even... You know, I guess it doesn't matter. Because... I think your cooldowns are reset on new floors anyway. This kind of, like, reflects... I was just like, there's a lot of monsters. I should get the dust from them. The whole floor is lit. We now have the easiest elevator run of all time. Ken, if you wouldn't mind grabbing this. Weird, man. This was a strange floor. Yeah, we didn't even... No emergency generator, no shop nonsense, just find enough dust to light an entire floor. I mean, there was a significant luck component here. Let's not be too proud of ourselves, but it's nice. This was a good way to start the episode. I feel rejuvenated. I was juvenated, and I lost it. Now I'm juvenated again. So, like, hold on. Is this Tuesday? No, it's... I'm totally confused. Yeah, it's, you know, it's tough. Also, haven't you lived your entire life underground in this lab? Do you know what Tuesday is? Why do you know what Tuesday is? Do the Endless hang up those, like, cat calendars on walls around their secret underground biolab? It's like a picture of like a harmony hanging off of a clothesline. It's like, hang in there, baby. We have a lot of industry right now. So I think for this first module, I'm going to go for something else. We're in an okay place on science, but we do have kip cannons now. But honestly, I think the thing we need most is still food. We need to level our heroes up. Alright. We got a little bit of dust out of that. I'm debating now. If we're going to run out an emergency generator, it does make sense to do it early. We can have Hikensha working it, and then we definitely need to build industry generators after that. In fact, I guess probably it makes sense to build an industry generator first. Try to get some industry banked up beyond the amount that it takes to build the generator. Alright, that's science, I think? Cool, handy. Yeah, it looks like this is going to be an important bottleneck. This might be a place to build the emergency generator, although I do wish that it had more minor modules in it. Or maybe we put up an industry generator. So the cost of the emergency generator goes up by more than the cost of the other modules. I don't know if I made that clear. Every time we build a major, the cost of these is going to go up by 5, but the cost of the industry generator goes up by 10. So if you're going to build one of these, you really do want to build it early. For a number of reasons. We got lucky on that last floor. I would not count on us getting anywhere near that lucky again. Alright, I think we're going to build it. I think we're going to save up for this and build it here. Move Hikensha to this room. I'm forgetting my strategy. Forgetting things have been working. Why am I messing with it? So then the question is, do I want to build something else here? We gotta wait 2 doors as it is right now. No, let's just go. I do want to build the emergency generator. Purple quality kitchen gloves. Don't laugh, these are made for working with fire blades and blunt objects. I mean, hands are pretty good at working with blunt objects. That's not really a concern, I don't think. I think we're going to go kitchen gloves instead of a thing on Ken. It's a lot better damage output. And then we need to consider level ups and stuff. I kind of want to level her up. She has a lot of useful minor module buffing defense skills eventually. Let's open this up too. Let's see what we're working with here. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and build the generator, and I'm building it here because this is where the bottleneck is going to be, it looks like. Now we have the dust to run this room. I'm going to move Hikensha to here. We are going to get dust. We're going to need dust. So we got the Hitchhiker's Guide here. This gives everybody in the team wit, so we probably should equip it on somebody. Yeah, honestly, the mil-spec bracelets they're not incredible. I'm fine with this. So I think we want to move this way. Trying to figure out which side I think the elevator's on. Is this enough rooms revealed for it to be... It seems to usually be the case that the elevator's sort of in the corner, Like, even when there's multiple paths off of it, it's usually the case that most of them are short, and one of them is quite long and also has the elevator in it. So I'm thinking that the elevator's probably this way, and we want to find the elevator as late in the floor as we can afford to. By which I mean, obviously, finding the elevator while you still have doors to open is bad, but also we may want to have the elevator available in case we need to suddenly disengage from the floor. I also kind of think that I'm maybe going to move Rakia over here. We do need food, but we need industry more right at this second. Well, we didn't get any dust. That's a shame. I'm curious if this connects. I guess we should have Ken stand over here. Well, it's not great. I'm going to go ahead and put up some miner modules now. But I really don't want to. What I want to do is build an industry generator here. Alright, we're going to try to tough it out with the heroes for a second here. A little bit of dust is handy. What manner of merchant are you, sir? An industry merchant. That's actually pretty interesting. And we're going to go ahead and sell this stuff right now. Then we're going to build one of these. Does this room have a major module slot in it? No. Do I actually want any of his stuff? Like, how much do we have to keep him alive? The Armani suit is pretty cool. Me first is going to be dangerous on this difficulty, but it's also useful. So yeah, I do want some of this stuff. We're going to really have to generate a lot of industry this floor. Oh, hey, look who it is. Oh, guys, give me dust. Okay, could you please finish that thing off? She didn't get it within the cooldown timer of Dust Drainer. That's a shame. But we're not getting a lot of love from this emergency generator, it doesn't seem like. This guy is a science... He's a science death, is what I was about to say. It's a perfectly reasonable thing to say. So he's selling an unknown spear and some armor. We actually are really low on gear. Which way do I want to go here? I'm a lot less happy with how this floor is working out. Okay, spawns, and we're running. Well, I can actually build some miner modules now. I have the industry for it. Rakia, she is not going to get all that stuff. Okay. We definitely need to build modules. So, one thing we're definitely doing is building a Neurostun module in here to help her get the job done. And then, honestly, anything that heads through here is going to be weak and probably pretty non-threatening. I'm going to cheap out on this a little bit and just build prods. And then in this room, we got to take things a little bit more seriously. I'm not too worried about doing a slow here, though. Hold on, let's see what's available at the shop. That's not bad. So we have the Mechanical Pal. Operating and adding 1 wit on resource generation modules is not awesome, but... And honestly, I don't know if it's going to be worth 15 industry. But there are certain major modules that are totally worth having a crappy person operating, like the shop, which would just give us +1 dust every door. So I can definitely see situations where this guy would be good. Bioorganic transference, I have a tough time evaluating this. See, what I'm thinking is this is going to eat a minor module slot. So building this in a room is going to reduce our ability to kill monsters in that room, because that slot could have been a weapon, right? But obviously it does increase the survivability of the heroes in the room. 100 HP distributed over heroes in the room is not very much. It's kind of a crummy amount, given the health values we're going to end up at and everything. It's going to be like, you know, in a lot of cases, like 25 or 33 health to each hero in the room per kill, but you also do kill a lot of monsters per wave. It ends up being probably quite a bit over the course of a wave. So I'm not really sure what I want to do here. This is where I'm going with that. I honestly don't know if this is worth 100 science to us. Right now, 100 science is kind of valuable. I think of these, the bioorganic transference is probably the most compelling. So now that we know how much science we have left, Kip cannons are going to be 60 power. But it's gonna vary. I mean, that's a lot. 60 power every 2.5 seconds versus this thing, which in 2.5 seconds does more. Man, smoking gun seems good. Yeah, we're just gonna build some smoking guns. You know what I do need is it would be really cool if we could get a hold of some of those tear gas modules. So we almost have enough to buy some of this armor, but I'm wondering if I need to be saving my industry for being able to power the next major module we find. The problem is, we're pretty far from a major module over here. Like, even if we find one in this room, we don't have the power. We can't run power to it. It's a problem. Even running the whole point of this module is that it increases your dust, both by making one of your rooms free, effectively giving you the dust for that room, and giving you more dust on top of it, and still nowhere near. I guess I could unpower this. We can power this room and build a module in here. We need science, we need food. Well, we're certainly better at creating science, but we need food more. You know, using science to help us get a hold of a better food module is also important. So, we're going to have potentially spawns right next to one of these rooms, but powering things this way gives us the minor module slots in this room to work with as well. The room's a little on the large side, so I'm afraid the claymores might be less effective here, and they're not totally spectacular anyway. Go ahead and slow stuff as it comes through. And having things generally enter this room in a really damaged state does seem valuable, though. Sort of. Now, the smoking guns are, I think, too good to be ignored. They do seem very, very powerful. Alright, let's push onward. The big room that connects to a room we've already seen. And okay, no enemies. Well, it's good that the elevator didn't turn out to be on this side. It's also kind of bad that we revealed all this space and we're gonna have to go back to being close to the elevator with our new room openings. It's a little worrying. So we probably need to move Rakia over here at the very least. Or maybe, because Hikensha does have better combat stats, right? I'm not imagining that. Yeah, considerably. Alright. Hikensha's going to move over here. I'm going to move Rakia to this thing. Really, I just need somebody to generate extra dust for us. Ken's going to have to stay on this side with her because enemies, just too many enemies. And we're going to have some danger for a little while. I'm going to put up some smoking guns. My thinking is that a neurostun module in this room won't apply for very long to things that are actually trying to run through, so it's kind of low value. Alright, what we really need is to power this room. We certainly can't afford to depower that. But yeah, this room would make a great place to hole up. We don't really want this research crystal around, like to the point where I'm just going to go ahead and bulldoze it. But yeah, I want to be able to build a major module in here, build a ton of miners, and have this be the defensive point, rather than this tiny room over here. Well, there's that tear gas module I was asking for. Hip cannon upgrade is also good, but let's get tear gas. Dividing the health of the monsters in the room is, I think, pretty valuable. I just need 2 dust. Come on, 2 dust. That room has no dust in it. Okay, we are in fact getting spawns. Time to run back and help. Big attack power buffs for the monsters in the room. Or for the modules in the room. Come on, get me just a little bit more dust. There we go. Alright, the smoking gun got pretty torn up there. Ken gets repair eventually, doesn't he? Okay, so it said she was going to gain a skill and she didn't. I think what happened there is she gained Master Hacker. Yeah. So Grim Fairy Tales is a little bit less important for her. However, Master Hacker doesn't actually give you the ability to repair stuff. We could switch it with Hikensha to Wit. Yeah, alright. No, it needs to be on a person who has repair. Wit for repair doesn't do anything on anybody. Like, this doesn't do anything but give 3 wit on anybody on our team, because she's the only one who can repair and she already has the skill. I think I remember Ken getting repair. Ken had repair in our game, but I can't remember if it's because he developed it naturally or because I gave him an item that had repair on it. Okay, but this is definitely the direction we need to move in, and I'm kind of wondering how much floor is going to be left. We've opened a lot of doors. God, I wish I could find a better food replicator. We're really not having a lot of luck. And come over here and check this thing. Well, let's upgrade our smoking guns, because they're excellent. And maybe in a couple of turns we'll have access to a better food module. Hopefully. I'm debating building a shop here. We really need our other resources, though. I want dust generation so badly, but if we're close to the end of the floor, or even, honestly, even like halfway through the floor, I don't know that the amount of dust we get out of a shop would actually make it worth building. We probably need to focus on other stuff. We do still need a lot of food. We do still need science. Alright, I'm going to do this. We're going to move Hikensha in here, and we're going to build lots and lots of modules. Do I want to put up one of these bioorganic transference things? I think I do want to save one of the slots in this room for tear gas. But we're going to go like smoking guns. We're going to stop building there because I'm out of industry. But yeah, I think it's going to be mostly smoking guns because they're really good. And here until spawns are resolved. And then move back to this room because help. Sorry, Ken needs to be in here as well. I'm gonna... If I have her run out of here, we lose her operating bonus for the next door. Okay, it looks like we cleared things over here. Let's have Asep run over. So I'm debating whether it's better for me to, just heal her. Ken can get a small... I mean, yeah, 25 attack power is not that small. Go ahead and hit that. We could reset her minor module in room attack power thing. How much science would that be? Yeah, okay. Activate that. Let's just keep an eye... Yeah, okay, we're gonna have to heal her. I don't know if we're even getting good dust out of this. Spending a lot of food to maintain her her bonus. This is probably not worth doing. I probably should have run her out of the room. The monsters would retarget on Ken, and then we could bring her back in, and she'd probably be safe. I don't know that I could do it now. She's at low enough health, and I'm afraid she wouldn't get out. I really don't like this. This text box should be underneath health bars. I appreciate character work and everything, but... Okay, we're good, we're good. Yeah, that was a little scary. It's getting harder all the time. We didn't really get a lot of dust out of that either. And all the modules in this room got blown up. Man. It's going to be tough to maintain these. Yeah, we're getting to the point where we're having to be a lot more active with our defense. And we're already straining for... I guess we need to spend industry over here where it's going to be more likely to be maintainable. Especially since this is the path to the elevator. But yeah, we might... This is a floor we might have to leave early. Just the design of it. It's too hard to defend. Try to stay here until spawns. Okay, I don't think we're getting spawns this time. Which is good, because I left Ken in the wrong room. And there would have been more than we could handle. Boy, that group of smoking guns sure does make short work of enemies. You know, honestly, maybe we'd be better off with Hikensha just standing over here and blocking spawns on this side, because this got so dangerous. And this room is a lot better defended. Speaking of being better defended... And since we may or may not actually have a person standing in here, I think I do want to build a neurostun now. Even more neurostun. Or save up for the industry generator. That feels pretty bad. It's just one extra industry per door, and at this cost, that's, I don't know, that's a good resource trade. Yeah, sure. For using the neurostun modules, they may as well be as upgraded as possible. Alright, that's a dead end. It's a dead end full of dust, though. So you guys get in here. This is... something's happening right there. I don't even know what that is. I'm going to... probably hit this during this run. I'm just thinking like we have modules that are already damaged. And these modules are going to come under pretty significant attack, I imagine. But we want to wait until stuff's actually happening in this room. Similarly for this. I wonder if we could just have Eseb run all the way over here, though. It didn't look like we had very much in the way of spawns over here. I think it was just stuff from the room he opened. So the guns on the path might take care of it. I'm going to get this neuro stun up now. And yeah, for right now, Eseb run over here. Okay, that's getting taken care of. Maybe we don't need him on this side. He's fast, though. He'll be alright. Alright, looks like we're going to be okay over there. Ken's in a little bit of danger here. We'll just move him out. Okay. Alright, we're getting there. So what do we want to light? Probably stuff on this side, right? Because this is where it's still kind of hairy. Alright. You know, adding another 2 damage to the prisoner pods, I guess is not that impressive because we're not running that many of them. So in this case, all of our available options are pretty expensive and pretty bad. I see the value of the Hollow Hero now. I was a little... I did not think that this looked good at all on the too easy difficulty, but now that I see how much damage monsters do on this one, having something to distract them does seem valuable. But is it valuable enough to spend 35 science on, or would I rather reset? I don't know how close we are to the end of the floor... we definitely have at least 4 doors visible, so there's a lot of time left, actually. I'm going to do a reset here. These are okay. Thing is, I don't know that I'm going to be using Kip Cannons. Like, they're good, and upgraded Kip Cannons get very good, but smoking guns are also good? I don't know. I don't know that I will ever use a Kip Cannon. Pepper spray is interesting. With the monsters doing as much damage as they do, I think this is maybe better on the higher difficulty than it was on the other one, so... and I thought it was fine there. So let's go ahead and save for that. And yeah, as soon as we find the door, I'm going to give very serious thought to just bailing on this floor entirely. It does suck to not have a Kensha working a module. If we just lit another room over here, maybe it would be worth it to have her work this and only run over if we get in danger. We get more spawns that way, but we also get more industry. I kind of think our resource situation is getting kind of dire. We might have to stop working the emergency generator even. Alright. Okay, well, he'll shoot people. I've actually not played with the heavy, I don't think, so I'm not sure how good his damage is, but one assumes, based on, you know, his character, that his damage output will be very good and that he's just bad at everything else. And that might be, that might suit our purposes. That might do just fine. Although I bet on this difficulty, probably heroes out in the wild die a lot. The wild, you know what I mean. More damage. Do I want to... this is a little bit more expensive. I'm just thinking, we're talking about a lot of enemies here, so... maybe a lot of dust? Also, I have no idea how this dust probability times 2 interacts with the dust probability gain from operating the emergency generator, whether that, what order they stack in. Alright, so Kensha will deal with the crystal guys getting through. I'm going to go ahead and do this, I think. Our modules are taking damage, and we don't really want to run our repair person around, so... Alright, we're going to pause a lot. Let's try to make sure that we keep an eye on what's going on. Actually, this is looking not that dangerous. It looks like this side's pretty under control. I'm going to run Ken over. Wow, Eseb's got stuff. There are enemies in here. Alright, I think we're okay. We got an okay amount of dust from that. So this side's getting a little bit more controllable. We could run power to this room. The thing is, if you're going to have unpowered rooms, I kind of think it's nice to have like one room that's only one away from our big guns, and then all the other spawns are further. So this stuff spawns, comes in, all of it dies, and then we have a little lull before the rest of the stuff hits. You don't really want everything to hit all at once. That's how you get overwhelmed. So, but we also might need to start lighting stuff over here, just because I feel like I'm in incredible danger all the time. Yeah, we handled the monsters on the other side on this last wave. I'm going to assume that things will continue to get more dangerous over here, because we're going to keep opening things. We could cut the power from the death room and run power to this room. And then we'd have another major module space to build in. There's so many doors left. So we're at 50 cost right now. We can see 6 doors. And I do not assume that these are all of the doors. So yeah, getting another major module slot actually would be pretty valuable. Right, because we're going to be producing... I guess it doesn't matter right this second, because we don't have the ability to build anything in it anyway. But I think it's still the case that we might benefit. We might get more resources than we spend building a module, even this late in the floor, just due to how many doors we know for a fact there still are. Starting to look like kind of a lot of stuff coming in. Trying to figure out what the right time is to have Ken run over. I think this stuff's under control. Okay, fortunately we're getting a lot of enemies that are not particularly hero murder focused right now. We can light this, we can run another major module. Well, let's see what's in here too. Maybe it's not worth running another major module. Oh, hey, a sword. That's actually valuable, right? Okay, it's less good than the augmented blade, but it's a big upgrade for Hikensha. Yeah, sorry that we're going so much slower here. I'm trying not to die. I think we're doing all right. I think that I'm going to say it's not worth building another major module at this point. We would need 10 doors with one of these two to get back the number of points we put in. And while in general I do think industry is the least valuable of the resources still, because it mostly, the point of it is to turn it into the other stuff. I'm worried that we're not going to have enough doors beyond what we can already see to make building another major worthwhile. Now, that said, building miners in this room might be necessary. Things are getting a little scary. But also, we handled the last wave pretty well. I'm going to have Ken block over here still. I think that's worthwhile. think Rakia could use the help. Hold on, try to block spawns here. That looks like it's working. The enemies are mostly not interested in him, so he's getting some good damage. You know what? She's got it under control from here. Ken should maybe be blocking on this side. Yeah, the heavy is doing considerable damage. I was really hoping we would find one more dust. Maybe this treasure chest is just full of the stuff. Wouldn't that be lovely? Oh, hey, one more dust. Awesome. Okay, more happy pills, and base quality, it looks like. So that merchant is still alive. I may try to buy some armor from him before the end of the floor. I know that we need our industry, but I'm worried. Which side do we're not really facing a huge amount of danger on either side now. I'm going to light one of these rooms, I guess. I think maybe the value of increased dust drops from monsters is reaching its end. Like, we should probably move her somewhere else. I don't know that we're going to get enough dust to power many more rooms, is what I'm thinking. Also, we do have level ups. Let's level Ken up. Ken's getting a lot of work. And like I said, if I'm remembering correctly and he actually does get repair on a level up, it would be nice to have somebody who can run around and repair without breaking and operate. We could just move Rakia to here and move Hikensha over to this module. Yeah, I'm going to just readjust our priorities a little bit here. Okay. Although I guess since we moved Rakia, we can have her run over here and repair stuff real fast. And now that Hikensha's damage is so much better, she's really going to make it easier for us to defend this path. So you operate that. And we're ready to move on. Ken should block something over here. Or maybe Ken should block over here. I'm going to have Ken block over here. This side's a little bit more defended now that Hikensha's here, so we can probably afford to lighten up this side and take it a little harder on this one. Okay, well that's a dead end. That's the elevator, okay. No spawns. Well, we should definitely open the remaining doors. We're not in enough danger that we need to leave the floor immediately. We do have enough industry banked that I think we can afford to buy some cool stuff from the merchant before we go, but I'm going to wait until the last moment on that, I think. And you know, we have enough science now. Maybe do some more research. Let's grab pepper spray, I think. And what does the other research crystal have available? Ah, food. Food upgrades. Well, we definitely have enough science to get that. We know that we will get at least 2 doors. Alright, I think we're... Oh, we still have a lot of enemies coming in. I guess it would be too early to say that we're good. I wasn't going to hit this because I thought there weren't that many enemies, and then by the time I realized how many enemies there were, most of them were dead already. So let's have Ken go back to here. We're going to block this, I guess? I don't know that it really matters. And we found enough science in there to start the food upgrade. I think this is the longest I've gone in quite a while, with one of my modules still at level 1. Alright, we got incoming. I think we're in a pretty good place, though. A lot of the monsters here are way more hero-focused. We do have these guys, but the smoking guns make pretty short work of them. Oh, maybe not that short. Oh, they're totally overheated right now. Okay, yes, he does get repair. Well, his skills are going to be needed sorely. Well, let's have Esab grab this. So we're almost done here. I'm debating the necessity of rebuilding. Like, it is probably necessary to rebuild. As much as I would love to cheap out on this, I think we probably can't do it to that degree. What do we got here? What's pilfer? Dust +1 per room with dust? Oh, every time we find a room that has dust in it, like as a reward when you open the door, we will get one more. That's interesting. I guess he would be the one to have that. Right, if anybody's going to have it. It does give attack power as well. Only translates to 2 DPS, though, because of his low attack speed. How much dust is this going to be over the course of a floor? Probably not that much, right? I think we're getting way more value out of 2 extra wit on 2 different characters. Maybe that's true. Actually, you know what? She could hold that. Because it has some wit on it as well, so... She's only 1 wit down versus holding Grim Fairy Tales while somebody else holds this. But then that frees up him to carry something that's a little bit better. Actually, we could give this to Hikensha. Although, Hikensha, never mind. Hikensha doesn't actually benefit from Master Hacker, because she doesn't have repair. Maybe she will eventually? But I'm going to go ahead and put this on, in the hopes that this will be enough. You know, any floor where it's enough dust to light 1 extra room, it's significant, right? Alright, so Ken definitely has to go back over here, and I think we do have to rebuild these. They're too important. They do so much damage. We can skimp on not rebuilding some stuff, but this, I think this is pushing it. And we're probably only 1 or 2 doors away from finishing things here. Alright, doing my best to juke the spawns here. Looks like we didn't get any spawns on this side at all, so I'm just going to have Ken run over this way. Just press buttons, press all the buttons. This isn't even a very good button in this situation. Ah, I saw it, and I paused, and boy, it sure felt like she still took damage after I paused. Well, that sucks. I assume that the recruit costs for heroes at this point are really high. Yeah, 91. I'm sure this is going to be in the same neighborhood, so we're not going to be able to replace her, so I probably just lost the game there by looking away from the health bars over at other stuff for an instant too long. $86, yeah. Well, here's some food. Maybe this is 50 food. It doesn't look like 50 food, but maybe it is. Yeah, man, that's... It feels to me like I did not lose attention there for very long, but... Clearly long enough. Alright, well, we have one door left to open here. I'm pretty sure we can't... I'm pretty sure there's no chance of us finding a research that's cheap enough for us to want to run it here before we open the final door. Alright, well, let's get our final resources. Now, somebody said that it's not possible to get spawns when you open a door into a room that you've already explored. That might be correct. Consistent with the behavior we're seeing here, at least. Okay, so we have industry. We are buying stuff. It turns out you need armor. Who would have thought? So, you. I think I'm going to buy both of these. Let's start with those. I'm also going to sell a number of things. It's like we don't need all these extra happy pills. That's for sure. The Grim Fairy Tales, potentially, we will need. Let's equip our armor here. So... Esib has 868 health and 36 defense. If anybody's going to wear this, it's him. Do it like that. So we have armor for everybody now. We really need to get another character very badly. You're science-based, right? Yeah. Something we could have backup armor for our other character, but let's just go to the next floor with all this stuff. So I'm going to depower a lot of this. I guess we don't actually have to power the elevator, right? Let's have Rakia stand in the elevator. I'm very annoyed with myself. It's so easy to look away for just a moment. It's definitely a problem I have had in the past with other games. Anybody who watched the Tangledeep series is aware of that. I think this should be a fine run. We should be okay here. So we'll move Esab out once he's gotten a couple more rooms. That's probably fine. I don't think anything spawning in here is going to be a danger to us. Well, one really, really good floor, and one the other thing. One extremely the other thing floor. And it looks like it's just going to be slow. It's going to be slow going, because first of all, it's harder, and second, I'm bad when I try to go fast. Especially bad when I try to go fast. Stupid elevator doesn't even give us background exposition. Yeah, they really cheaped out on this. Well, that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I gotta say, I have a bad feeling. I have a bad feeling about how the rest of this is going to go. But come back next time. Maybe we can still pull it out. You know, it's possible. We meet some kind of great hero who works for cheap. And they save the whole run. That's going to happen. Come back next time to see that. The whole run getting saved. And we'll see you then.